Hey guys, how you doing? It's Ken here from downtown Woongarra. Today we're going to be talking a bit about grace. Now, grace is something something good that we get that we don't deserve. Right? I'll give you an example. I was out on my dirt bike about 2 years ago, riding along Huey Road, and I stopped at the stop sign between Huey Road and Yarmalong, pulled out, and I was going down Yarmalong Road. Next thing, flashing blue and red lights. So I pull over, and of course the police has pulled me over. And he said to me, "Do you know that you were speeding?" I didn't know because my speedo on my bike was broken, but I didn't tell him that. I said, "Oh, was I?" He said yes, and he said also, "Can you show me your license?" Not good, because my license, I forgot my wallet. My license was at home. So I said, "Look, I haven't got it. I'm in big trouble." Then he saw also that my blinker was smashed off, because it's a dirt bike, you ride in the bush, and of course you fall over at times. I'm in big trouble. Anyway, so he goes back to his car to make sure that my dirt bike was registered and licensed, of which it was. Tick for me. Then he come back and he said to me, "Look, I could fine you for 3 different fines. But because you pulled over," he said, "most dirt bike riders, they go off into the bush and try and outrun the police, and we never find them. Because you were honest and pulled over, I'm not going to fine you." Now, that was great for me. But the thing is that I was shown grace. I didn't deserve to get off. I deserved to have a fine. Now that story talks about grace, but in saying that, I did something to contribute to that grace, right? By me pulling over, the police let me off, right? When it comes to God, the Bible talks a lot about grace and what grace is about. And it's about us receiving forgiveness and God's love, and we don't even deserve it. Right? We've turned our back on God, we've done wrong, we don't care about God, and yet Jesus has come to die for us. There's another story, a true story, that really portrays grace a bit better. It talks about an English guy that came to California to basically pan for gold, right? And he struck it rich, right? He got gold, and he was returning back home via New Orleans. Now, as he was returning home, there was a slave auction. And basically this beautiful young black girl was pushed out onto the platform. People were jeering and talking about what they're going to do to this girl when they bought her as a slave. And people started bidding for her. Right, 2 guys were bidding, and they were, $100 or $200. And anyway, this guy, English guy, felt pity for her. He had a love for her, and he ended up bidding this incredible bid, like $500 for her. Right? Sold. Anyway, as he went up to this young black slave, she spat in his face and said, "I hate you." Right? He wiped the spit off his face. He took her by the hand, and he went into a shop. Now, she didn't know what shop it was because she couldn't read. Anyway, there he tipped some more gold onto the table, and he brought a paper out to her. And he said to her, "Look, this is your manumission papers. This is your papers to say you are free. You are no longer a slave." Now, at first, she thought he was joking. And he said, "Seriously? Let me read it to you." And he read her the paper to say that you are free. You are no longer a slave. At this, she just cried in front of him. And she said, "You bought me to free me. I cannot believe this. Now I'm going to serve you forever." And this is what Jesus has done for us. This is the radical friendship, the radical love of God, in that he has bought us through the death of his son Jesus to set us free, from the evil, from our selfishness, from our sin in our life, to be part of his family. And that's the awesome thing about grace. So I just want you to think about that as you talk in your on Zoom about how awesome God's grace is. Cool, guys. See you soon.